Well, hello, greetings, everyone. Welcome to Unapologetic Tea Time with your host, PG. That is me. Yep, it's me, all right, y'all. I am back at it again, trying to make it do what it do. Happy New Year. It is January the 20th of 2022. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been a minute. I have been mentally stressed, mentally ill, physically ill. You name it, I've been there, but God has blessed me considerably and tremendously. I am still topside. I am still among the living, and I am doing a whole lot better. And I am doing a whole lot better than some. And I am just glad to be in the land of the living. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. For all of those who are my listeners, and for all of those who are my upcoming listeners and followers, thank you for tuning in to Unapologetic Tea Time with your host, PG. That is me. Thank you, and thank you again. As you can see, the title of this is The Spit Rubbing Pastor and Urine Drinking. Now, let's just let that marinate for a second. A spit rubbing pastor and urine drinking. Now, we're in 2 years of this pandemic, and the dumb shit still persists. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. And yep, I'm gonna curse. Same old me. Ain't much changed. So if you don't want to hear me cursing, don't tune in to me. Lower your volume, perhaps turn it back up at a later time during my broadcast, and you might find that you may be able to stomach it a little better, but I will be using a few curse words here and there. Yes, I will. You are listening to Unapologetic Tea Time with your host, PG. That is me. Now, you've had a few minutes to sit and marinate on the title of The Spit Rubbing Pastor and Urine Drinking. I'm going to get right into this because I wasn't planning to go on until January the 25th, because I had a few more things that I was trying to get together and do something a little different, but I still wanted to come on the first month of the year and start off fresh all over again. But I just couldn't wait, y'all. I couldn't wait any longer to have this discussion, or to at least let you hear from me and let you guys, my listening audience, my loyal subscribers, my new and upcoming subscribers, and my continued supporters and listeners, how I feel about this craziness. This is pure fuckery at its best. And no, this video is not for the faint at heart, nor is it for anyone under the age of 18. So I will say that, and I'm going to put it out there. This video is not, or this vlog, or this podcast is not for anyone under the age of 18, because I'm going to let it rip. I'm going to tell it like it TI is with PG, your unapologetic host with Unapologetic Tea Time. Now let's take this, the newest one. Well, they're both relatively new, but we're in 2022. We've been in a pandemic for 2 years. And I don't give a damn what they say. It doesn't look like it's any end in sight anytime soon. Maybe the numbers that we're in right now that are trickling up and going up each day and breaking records and what have you will start to taper down and go on a decline sooner or later, I hope. but we don't know what's lurking around the corner next. But anyway, we're going to only take it day by day. It is what it is. But last Sunday, or maybe a couple of Sundays now, but I think it was last Sunday, you had a gentleman that calls himself Mike somebody, a pastor of somebody's church, somewhere here in the in the world, or in the U.S., shall we say. So I didn't put a whole lot of research into it. I saw a couple of videos, and I saw 2 little snippets of some news reports that made some local news, I guess in the area, the township, or the state that this person calls themselves a pastor in. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. But this man was up in somebody's pulpit, or his pulpit, or at some congregation, at some church, call himself bringing a message across and preaching a sermon, and decides to hawk up some spit out of his mouth into his hand, and has someone standing by him and proceeds to rub it, or commences to rub it all over this gentleman's face. Now, I don't know what kind of control that gentleman had, and I guess it was only the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But all I'm going to say to y'all right now is it couldn't have been me. Had it been me, he'd have met Jesus that day. Or maybe we'd have both met him. But he'd have had, look at here. I'd have slapped him right on in down to the pearly gates, or up to the pearly gates, or wherever. It would have been a fire in the middle of a wheel, and we'd have been, baby, it would have been hell and brimstone, because we'd have went to Knuckle City. Soon as I'd have heard the hawking and feasted my eyes upon him about to put his nasty ass hand near my face during a pandemic, we'd have had a come to Jesus meeting right there in the pulpit. We'd have tore it up, because we'd have went to Knuckle City, because ain't no way in hell I'm going to let you put your spitty, German, nasty ass hands on me in my face during a pandemic and smear your spit, your bodily fluid out your nasty ass mouth and put it on me, my person. No way in hell. No way. God only knows, and God in heaven knows. It would have been unbelievable. His video would have went viral, but it would have went viral of me beating the shit out of him. Let me tell you, from the pulpit to the back, we'd have fought, baby, we would have fought so it wouldn't have been. I probably would have knocked his ass completely out, to the point where they would have been singing Sweet By and By over his ass, because it would have turned out from a sermon to a boxing match, or to an all TKO, technical knockout, because I would have whipped that ass, yes indeed, from amazing grace to sweet eternity. I don't know in 2022, y'all, what the fuck is going on, to be honest, but we got some weird ass shit going on. People have lost their fucking mind. And I'm going to need all of y'all to tell whomever, your Uncle Billy Bob, Uncle Joel, whoever, Grandma Suki, Grandma Sukiyaki, and whoever, I'm going to need y'all to help get these people back in some kind of order. We got to call them in, y'all. We got to reel them back in, because they gone. They gone way out in left field, and pretty soon we're going to be at the point of no return with this craziness. The world has literally gone mad. The world has literally gone mad. This man done wiped some spit on a whole nother person. Now, I'm not talking about a dog or a cat or a rabbit or a rat or a skunk or a squirrel or a pet bird. This man got somebody standing up in the pulpit with him And he done hawked up some spit because the Lord told him to do that and to swipe it on him. Or whatever sermon he was trying to bring up. The Lord didn't tell you to do that, trust me. And I would have replied, the Lord told me to beat your ass down to the ground is what I'm about to do. And boogity, 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 we'd have had business. Yeah. Then you got this other fool that's going around telling the weak-minded people, the QAnon conspiracists, and the people who don't believe that the COVID is real, or they believe that they can take ivermectin and this and that and drink some bleach and Lysol and whatever else and cure themselves and drink their urine or they piss, and it's going to get rid of COVID because it's supposed to be well-known therapy, a well-known procedure that's been used for hundreds of years and has been proven. Ain't shit been proven about no goddamn urine theory. First off, human waste. Urine is a part of human waste out of your body. It has bacteria and everything else in it. And it's to be expelled out of the body, not to be put back in the body. Okay? Now, if you're that dumb, then we need to start performing lobotomies, frontal lobotomies on you, on people, because something's seriously wrong. Now, we got people out here drinking their piss or drinking other people's piss, thinking that's going to cure them of COVID or prevent COVID. It's not. Wake up, people. Tell your uncle that's hiding in the cave or in the basement, or your auntie that lost her fucking mind. Black, white, green, purple, yellow, don't matter. All ethnicities or whomever, whatever. It ain't working, it doesn't work, and it's a lie. And you're going to end up harming your fucking self. But I had to come on and tell y'all how I felt about this. We got a man spitting on people in the pulpit, and we got another motherfucker out here on YouTube ranting and raving and going on talks and stuff and gathering in the small little areas with crazy motherfuckers following behind them, leading their ass straight to Lord knows what, drinking Kool-Aid and being poisoned with some sheer fuckery. Wake up, y'all. We've been in this too long. Because all of the proven shit that they said that was no lie and it was proven and they had all kinds of evidence that it was going to do this. We over 1 million people that's dead in our country alone from COVID. And if all of this shit worked, then we wouldn't have all of the deaths that we have. You understand what I'm saying? And people still dying from Omicron and everything else. And the flu and Omicron and the flu, double pneumonia and this and that. They still dying every day. Every day. People are still being admitted in the hospitals. Every day. Don't fall for the bullshit. Don't fall for the okie doke, y'all. I don't know what it is y'all thinking when y'all make this brash decision to get behind and support and to believe people like this. But we live in the United States of America. We know Western medicine. That's all we know. Okay? And I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore. But in the event that you feel that you need to drink your own piss, your own urine, being unsanitary as it is, and you think that that's going to stop you from getting COVID or cure you or whatever, run. Don't walk. I need you to run to your nearest mental health facility or to the first psychiatrist or psychologist you can get to, or get an appointment, or go to the mental health clinic or whatever or wherever. Run. Don't walk. If you have to catch city transit, if you got to catch Uber or Lyft, if you got to get a ride from your neighbor or your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your uncle, your grandma, grandpa, somebody, hurry up and get there. Don't wait. Go now and get yourself examined. Matter of fact, have them check your ass into the facility, because you should not be alone and you should not be walking the streets or driving around in cities and towns with other normal people, because something is not normal about that. It's not normal. Nor does Viagra cure COVID, nor does it prevent it. It will give you a heart attack and stroke, and possibly an erection that may last longer than you want it to, but it ain't got a damn thing to do with COVID. So y'all, don't be foolish. Don't be any more dumber in 2022. You would think it's a brand new year, that we've learned something in the last 24 months. But, I mean, the fuckery still continues. Why bring this shit into 2022? Let's start fresh. Let's start new. Let's take what we've learned and let's move forward so we can all get out of this, because we're all in this together. I love y'all. There's somebody out here that needs to hear these words. I love you. You haven't been told I love you. I love you. And please love yourselves. Please, everybody, reach one, teach one. And if you do that, the world right now will be a better place to live. So let's practice helping each other instead of hurting each other. Let's practice if we can just do something good each day, no matter how small it may be, even if it means picking up your neighbor's newspaper and carrying it all the way to their front door. That's better than nothing. And it's a small, kind gesture. We can all do something to make this world a better place. So please, I challenge each and every one of you that are listening and that will be listening in the future. Do your part, because we all have to live on this earth together. This is one great nation. But the nation can't do it by itself. It's the people that reside in the nation and in the country that makes the country great. It's been real. It's been good, y'all. I hope you got a few laughs. I hope I gave you a little bit of food for thought. But before I end this, y'all, I'd like to let you know that the website is open. It is up and running. I don't know how smooth. I'm talking about the website that's allowing you to order for each individual resident of the United States, each individual household, the at-home COVID test kits, free of charge. They're giving out 4 per household. It will not let you order them to your post office box and your house if you got a house in a post office box. It says your residential address, your physical address. Post office box, be mindful, is not a physical address. Also, it was broadcast on the news today that the president and his staff is also going to release out of the surplus supply some N95 or KN95 masks that are going to be shipped around our country to various pharmacies. So you will be able to go sooner or later. I'm not telling you to go tomorrow to your nearest Kroger or your nearest Walmart pharmacy or Walgreens or CVS and expect to go get some free damn N95 and K95 masks. I said in the very near future, they're beginning to going to ship out these out of the national supply, out of the national surplus, to various pharmacies across the nation. And when they start to hit these various pharmacies, I'm more than sure your local news and your local officials and authorities that govern your state, your city, and your township will be able, in your local newspapers, news stations, as well as NPR radio and your local broadcast networks for radio and TV, will be able to let you know where to go, when to go, and everything else that you need. But I'm putting it out here just in case some of you have not heard. There will be a few masks that will be provided to each and every one who wants a decent mask in the upcoming few weeks of January, when those stockpiles start to reach the various pharmacies that they're going to be shipped to. You will be able to get perhaps 2, 3, I don't know for sure. Don't quote Pat on it. Don't quote the PG and go up there and tell them I heard it on Unapologetic Tea Time that I can come up here and get 36 masks. I didn't tell you that because I don't know. But they did say that there will be several masks given out per person who wants them at the various pharmacies. Now, more than likely, they're going to take your name, snap your picture. I don't know. They may ask for ID. I don't know what the hell they're going to do in order for you to be able to get those couple of masks or whatever. But because this is a health crisis, and it has been proven that masks help to keep the spread of the infection down, some people will not be able to purchase these masks. Some people, of course, are hoarders, and they're going to get all they can and stock up. I've got some in my stockpile, in my arsenal. I'm sitting on them, and I'm using them wisely at my discretion. I'm not trying to sell them. I'm not trying to give them away. I'm not trying to do any of that. However, I'm just merely letting you know what's going on. And in the next couple of weeks or week or so, you'll probably be able to go to your nearest pharmacy and pick up a couple of them. So keep that in mind. Put that down on your calendar, or put that down in the back of your mind, or on your to-do list, or your Post-it notes, or whatever, so that you will be aware that this is going on. Again, you can also go to the government's website, or you can Google the website I need, or the web address to get the free at-home test kits. I did mine, and it was a test run for the United States Postal Service's website. There was a portion of that. I think, well, it was CNN. It's been 2 days ago since I did it. Now, mine went through, and it said that when the shipment takes off or whatever, they are going to email me to let me have some tracking information. Now, that was at the USPS's website. The actual website, I think, is for covidtestkits.gov or something like that. That's the actual website. They were doing a trial run to make sure that everything was hunky-dory and it wasn't going to crash and all of that. So not as many people knew about it. But now it's wide open, up and running, so you can go and order. And I think it is 4 kits per household. I think that's what I read when I did mine. I think it was 4. Don't quote me on it, because it's the middle of the morning. It's 1 a.m. in the morning where I am, Eastern Standard Time. But that is available to you. It has to be shipped. I don't know how long it's going to take. And you will, in the next week or so, or the next couple of weeks, be able to go over to your pharmacy and pick up a couple of masks. So you'll have some test kits at home, and you'll have a few N95 or KN95 masks, whichever one they decide to send over to those pharmacies. I don't know. I'm not going to get any me personally, for the simple reason I got some. Leave it there. Leave those ones that they would give me so somebody else can get them who doesn't have any decent masks to wear at all. If need be, and you can't see them and people are hoarding them or whatever, double mask. Get you a couple of surgical masks and double mask. If you have cloth mask and you got a handful of surgical masks, put a surgical mask on your face, put the cloth mask over it. Make sure that it's fitting. The proper way to wear the goddamn mask is not under your fucking nose. Okay, we've been in this motherfucker 2 years, and you some dumb motherfuckers out here still wearing these goddamn masks under their fucking nose. We breathe through our goddamn nose. And as we're talking or whatever, particles are flying out of our mouths and flying into our mouths and up our nose. You're to cover your nose and your mouth. if you're planning on doing any good. As far as the vaccine, and I'm going to let y'all go in the next 2 minutes, promise. As far as the vaccine, I don't give a damn whether you get it or not. Okay? But what I will say is if you get the vaccine and thinking that the vaccine is going to be the end all, be all, cure all, no, it's not. The vaccine is to prevent, perhaps prevent, deadly illness and death. It's to help prevent. I did not say, and the science did not say, the CDC didn't say it, and the doctors and the hospitals are not going to tell you getting the vaccine is going to keep you or prevent you from getting COVID. Okay? When you take the yearly annual flu shot or the pneumonia shot or the shingles shot or whatever the fuck kind of shot you take, it's not to prevent you from getting it. It's to prevent you from having such adverse reactions and perhaps dying from it. It's to perhaps keep you out of the intensive care unit and from being on a motherfucking ventilator. Okay? It's to keep you from getting deathly or becoming deathly ill. Next Wednesday, I will be going to get my booster. Almost 4 weeks now, I had a bout with pneumonia. To be honest, even I had a PCR test. I had a antigen test. To be honest, I think I had contracted Omicron, and I've been careful or whatever. Thank God, knocking on wood, that the PG had gotten her vaccine. It could have been a lot worse. I didn't end up in the hospital, but I did have pneumonia. And this time it was fun. It's never fun, but it wasn't good. I felt extremely, extremely tired, had headache. For a day or so, I even lost my sense of smell and taste. I didn't know what was going on. I got my ass right on out to the nearest ER. That's right. My nose started running, woke up sneezing, raspy, itchy throat, watery eyes, headache. I got my ass out to the nearest ER. I was told I had a touch of pneumonia coming on. PCR test, the gold standard. Said negative for the flu, negative for the coronavirus. But the Omicron virus, usually when it first enters your system in the first 12 to 24 to even up to 36 hours, does not normally come back showing positive, even on the PCR gold standard of the testing. It was another 48 hours, or it might have been 60 hours, before I was able to get to a testing site that had tests. Because I tried when they told me to go in 24 hours to get another test to see. I waited 8 hours and they was out of tests. Okay, sick as a dog in my truck. But they were out of tests. So I went back home. 2 days later, I was finally able to get a test and it was negative. Well, hell, by that time, all of the Z-Pack and the damn prednisone and everything else I was on, plus the vitamins that I take daily, the vitamin C and all of that, and my vitamin D3 that I take once a week, 50,000 international units. And with me trying to keep up with my health and stuff, probably had put a damper on it and had stopped it. Plus the vaccine, thank God that I had already gotten my 2 doses and was already scheduled to get the booster that Friday. I got sick on that Tuesday. Well, I got clearance from my doctor on yesterday, and I immediately found an appointment for myself to get my booster, and that's next Friday. But I say that to say this: I don't care whether you get it. I got a t-shirt I made, and I wear it quite often. I am vaccinated, but I need you to stay the hell away from me anyway. And that's how I feel. I'm going to continue to wear my masks. Masks with an S, not mask, masks, because I'm double masking. I have a comorbidity, couple of them. If I get it and get it real good, I could end up dead. So I'm trying to save myself as best I can. I'm not trying to be cute. I'm not trying to do like my neighbor. I'm not trying to do like my coworker. I'm not trying to be like Mike. I'm trying to be like PG. And I'm doing what PG feel is necessary for her to try to remain as safe as she can. Am I disappointed that I ended up with something or whatever? No. Am I grateful and am I glad and elated at the fact that I did get the vaccine? Yes. Why? Because it could have been a lot worse on me. And I can only imagine it ain't fun laying in that hospital bed and in that hospital room, facing death or facing an uncertain future all by yourself without having visitors or anybody, any family members. That has to be horrible. I don't have any family per se anyway, but I do have some dear friends that are my family, and they would not be able to come and visit me. Hell, I don't know even if they would, but I know one thing. I don't think that that's a good, I don't think that that's something that I want to witness. So I'm just trying to do what's right for me. You do you. You do what's right, you think, for you and or your family or both. Meanwhile, I love you. Y'all be safe out there. You do you, and I'm going to do me. Each one save one, and the world will be a better place. Each one teach one. Be kind to one another. Thank you for listening, and y'all have a great rest of your night, morning, evening, midday, or whenever the time it is that you listen. Bye now.